Hello everyone, in this video we'll give you a few tips for 3D printing RC car.
That looks easy. Good evening to the two people that are going to watch this. My name is Marcel, and there's this small problem that I plan to fix. You see, I'd just buy my own RC car off the internet, but I suffer from chronic brokenness, so I can't afford one. And just like any good fella who hasn't seen the sun in days, I decided to scour the internet for a solution. But wait, there was a problem. Whether it be screws, suspension, or metal shafts, all 3D printed cars I see on the internet require some sort of non-3D printed part to be assembled. So I decided to make this hideous mess of wires, a 100% 3D printed RC car that has zero hardware other than the obvious electronics that are needed to, make it work. Now without further ado, let's get to that building montage, shall we? So first we gotta brainstorm. We do this by making up several ideas, comparing them against each other, and choosing the one that comes out on top. After that, we work on the design in CAD. Once we've made our initial design, we can 3D print it, test for any design flaws, and repeat these steps till we have a product we are happy with. We call this the engineering design process, which is basically hitting your head against a wall repeatedly until it breaks. After that, let's work on the electronics. We'll be using two of these thingamajigs soldered in parallel with each other. A DSD Tech HC05 Bluetooth serial oh, that's a lot of words. The Amazon links for all the electronics and 3D printed parts should be in the description below. Just give that a look-see-roo if you really want to build this yourself. With that being said, let's look at the code. The code is very simple. The only thing notable is that the DRV is connected to pins 13 and 12, and the servo is connected to pin 4. Here's a little diagram to hopefully make sense of everything I just said. For this project, I'll be using the gamepad setting on the Bluetooth controller app. From there, you're going to want to navigate to settings and change the values of the up, down, circle, square buttons to the value shown on screen. I'll go into greater detail about things like design decisions, limitations, and choices in electronics at the end of the video, since I really just want to show you this thing working. As you can see, one of the biggest issues with the design at the moment is that it's very slow. I ran some calculations, and this thing's only going a measly 6 miles per hour, which is crazy because this thing is so freaking loud. And I can't make this thing any faster because PLA melts at 60 degrees Celsius. Now why is that important? I'm so very glad you asked. You see, in one of my previous tests, this thing was actually meant to go a lot faster. But I had to turn down the gear ratio because not only did this thing overbog down the motor, the center gear that connects the motor gear and the wheel go together melted itself off completely. Now I could just use PETG, which the gears are actually made out of that now, but if I want this thing going like 20-30 miles per hour, even that's going to start melting down. So I have to find some other material that I can make these things out of that doesn't have as low as a melting point. Now I think I could also use resin printing to make my components, but I personally don't have a resin printer, and I'm assuming most of you don't have a resin printer either, so I'm probably going to avoid that for now. I don't know, I'll think about different solutions to this problem later. Right now though, I'm probably just going to switch over to like different projects, probably something a little bit more fun and interesting than a 3D printed car. I'll see you when that video eventually comes out in the next 9 years. Almost forgot to mention, all the files for this thing are on Thingiverse if you care enough to make it. So if you do, just go ahead and download them. I don't know. It may or may not work, I can't tell. I have nothing else important to say, so I hope you have a wonderful day.